On Saturday, November 11th, join us for ASA Podcasting's 12-hour charity event featuring a Skyrim addict, the Fallout Feed, the Chatterbox, My Journey with Cystic Fibrosis, Game Talk, Awesome Spaceship, Earwash, and more. All funds raised will be donated to the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation. Help us surpass the $2,500 raised in 2016. Full details and schedule can be found at asapodcasting.com.
The wasteland is a post-apocalyptic mess as the sole survivor wanders out, about to see the rest. Nuclear explosions sending out the gamma rays from deep within the core of frozen atomic waste. From deep within the core of frozen atomic waste.
Welcome, everyone. My name is Colin, and this is a little feedback episode where we'd like to do for the new Fallout New Vegas roundtable show. So it's the Fallout Feeds Fallout New Vegas roundtable feedback episode, Blighty edition, or Nigel. This is Nigel.
Nigel
show.
Or Bert.
Welcome. My name's Colin. I'm an Irishman living in England, Essex in England. And let's see, there's not much to else. I'm a big fan of Skyrim, so there'll be probably a lot of Skyrim references thrown in this Fallout New Vegas roundtable thing in Nigel. There's going to be a lot of Skyrim in Nigel. So, and my other guests are, welcome, Laura.
Hello, yes, it's Laura. I'm the host of Westport Radio, which some people might have listened to. I'm not sure who, but some people might have done. And this is kind of my first. Excited.
And my other guest is the very gorgeous, the very lovely, the bearded Marcus. Welcome, Marcus.
Thank you, Colin. Yeah, my name's Marcus. I've been playing Fallout for too many years, since I was just turning into double digits. And I played everything from first Fallout all the way through to Fallout 4, including all of the dodgy ones that never got made. So yeah, I bring a fair amount of experience when it comes to the Fallout universe to it, but you know, I still suck at trying to remember things.
Yeah, I always remember things, but it's always the wrong thing. So it's not that it's the wrong answer; it just means it has nothing to do with the question. Do you? I just start randomly talking about something that fell into my brain. So.
I refuse to take notes, so who knows what's going to happen.
Yeah, I tried to take notes, and it ends up being sort of random things put on a piece of paper, and then I can never remember what I mean.
Well, at least you can read it. I can never read my notes, so
that's because I type it most of the time.
Well, we're going to get into a little bit of our characters to start off with. So my character. So we used the I don't know what you want there. The progenitor of the Fallout Feeds character generator is here with us in Marcus, and as with all great men, they are invariably copied and imitated. Somebody came up with a Fallout New Vegas character generator, and it works pretty well. And I use that to generate my new character. And the Fallout New Vegas character generator gave me a 6 of male, a faction of Mr. House. The character that I have named it the Courier. So usually it comes up Courier. I just put the in the front of it.
How original.
Yes. Of course, every other time everybody would have put Courier, but I put the Courier because Well,
It's important.
yes, like they say in the commitments, it has to be a the. Everything that we
Well, so yeah, you have a the sells better.
Yeah, always a the. And the special I got assigned was a strength of 9, which awesome, 250 carry capacity.
Nice.
I'm loving that. I never
Nice.
usually have that. A perception of 2, which sucks, and an endurance of 1, which sucks even more. Unbelievable. I can't believe an endurance of 1. I was thinking of, oh wait, I'm gonna go melee build. Yeah, definitely with a strength of 9, I can start whacking people with a crowbar and all that sort of stuff. No, endurance of 1. Anybody sort of as was it Doc Mitchell put it? Was it when I used the vigor test, and when I finished off that, he has a little comment that he says, and it changes to what your stats are. And he goes, because my endurance was 1, he turns around and he goes, "My God, you look like a light breeze could blow you over, but 2 bullets to the head and you're fine." He goes, "Oh." Let's see, a charisma of 8, which is, I don't usually have actually high charisma, rarely. An intelligence of 8, an agility of 6, which is average, and a luck of 6, which is actually pretty high. I usually put my luck really low down. So I think I'm going to go with the, although my strength is my highest stat, I'm going to go with more of an intelligence build, really. And the traits I got was none and none. So I got 0 traits on that.
Ooh.
Luck of the draw, I suppose. And then my tag skills was sneak, which that's okay. Guns, which it's all right with my agility, but my perception sucks. And repair, which is good, covered by intelligence. So, and my companion is Eddie, which will help with the perception. So I don't have any worries with my perception. Well, apart from lockpick and explosives, I think my lockpick's 7. I think my lockpick has ever been that low.
Oh dear.
So, who wants to go next? Or do you have any comments about mine?
So, by the sounds of it, you can punch someone really, really hard, but only once.
Yes.
And you basically wouldn't be able to see the punch coming because of your perception.
Yep. Yeah, a blind mauler type thing with. You should see him. He's unbelievably weedy. All his clothes just completely hang off. Actually, I do have a picture of him. I'll see if I can try and figure out of how to send it to you guys so you can have a shufty at it while we're on here. But he's really weedy.
I reckon you should stick it on a Facebook group later.
Yeah, I'll see if I can try and find it.
I'll have to do a shot of mine when I go back to work.
Yeah, I don't think I've taken one of mine. I don't tend to do that, so I'll have to work out how to do that at some point.
So, do we have any volunteers?
I reckon it's Laura next.
Yeah, right, fine. No problem. I did the role thing, and I've decided whoever created this thing's very Machiavellian and evil. So I got a character of female. I got a faction of Caesar's Legion. So great. This is a role of just really stupid opposites. Nothing fits together. So yeah, female Caesar's Legion. So I'm going to be honest. I might just do for now. I'll explain why later. And I got a special. So my special stuff is strength 4, which is not normally what I go for. I normally try to make myself reasonably tough to begin with. Perception 6, which is actually a little bit more than I normally start with because I'm not too bothered about that normally. Because I'd never do sniper builds or anything like that. Endurance 3, so not that much better. And what do you have? Intelligence 3, which is rubbish. I'm sorry, have I missed out charisma? Yeah, charisma 8, so that is good, and that is normally what I go for. and so we've got A 6 and L. Sorry, luck 10. So that is,
Wow.
I'm guessing, seeing as it's in New Vegas, which I have only briefly played, so I'm assuming I'm going to be. That's a handy trait to have, luck 10, when I go to the casinos. So
Pretty
yeah,
much.
so, yeah. So I figure that's pretty good. And then my traits, kamikaze, which is actually fits most of my gameplay normally, which is a bit sort of head on in and need to get a bit of an extra boost in combat, which given some of my stats I think I'm going to need. Got none for the second trait. And then it gets to sort of the tag skills, which if you think about my special, this is where it gets interesting. So my tag skill 1 is science, and my intelligence is 3. So,
Okay.
so yeah, so that works. And then we go back. Then we've got tag skill 2 is LA weapons, and my strength is 4. So also doesn't work. So I saw the melee weapons, which is again something I normally like playing, as I love just going head on in and hitting things as hard as I can. So this I've got a melee weapon skill, but I'm not really gonna be able to use it, I think. But my tag skill 3 is quite good because it works with my charisma. It's barter, so I think that is going to be quite handy. And my companion is also Eddie. So so that's good. So
yeah, the great thing about getting Eddie as a companion is because you can have, just like Skyrim, you can have 2 companions. So you can have a pet companion and a human companion. And Eddie is considered a pet.
Nice.
I think there's only 2 pets. Well, I've only ever had 2 pets. Yeah, and he's the better of the 2. He's got the better perk, because the great thing about these companions is that you don't have to do anything to get a perk from them, and when you join them, when they hook up with you, they bring it with them, so you instantly get the perk from them traveling with you, and they're all different and they're all interesting and they all add to your playstyle.
Nice. That is cool. So so that's my sort of character, and kind of, I guess, I don't know, are we going to explain kind of what we want sort of background for them, or is that a bit later on in the recording?
We'll just go with the raw facts, and then we can get into what.
Excellent.
Our characters.
Well, those are the raw facts. So I think it's Marcus's turn now.
Yeah. Scrutinize.
So I also use the random stat generator. I got a male character with a faction of NCR. I had a specials of strength 7, which is fairly high. I don't usually go particularly high with strength. Perception of 5, so average. Endurance of 7, so fairly high. So I get the funny feeling as we go through all of it that I might be going with some modifications to the body. Charisma of 1. So I am a surly. An intelligence of 3. So I'm not going to be very witty whilst being surly.
This is like the most. That's so evil.
So an agility of 8, so I'll be able to at least dodge the bottles that are being thrown at me whilst I'm being surly. And a luck of 9. So generally, even if I don't see it and I can't get out of the way, it's not going to hurt me too much, because it'll probably just bounce off my stupid head. I got 2 traits. 1 is built to destroy, and trait number 2 is trigger discipline.
What's built to destroy, if you don't mind me asking?
So built to destroy means I think it's like 25% extra chance to crit, but I also lose 25% of my weapons. Like it degrades 25% faster. So essentially, I basically, actually, it's probably worth me looking it up, because I think I'm actually getting it wrong. I think trigger discipline's that one. I'm puzzled. Let's have a look. So was it built to destroy, wasn't it?
Yeah. It's not one I recognise.
No, I've never used it before. So, all right, come on, rolling up the old wiki page, like you do every time when I try and do anything.
Yeah, that was kind of like a really bad question, right in the middle.
To destroy, you have.
Yeah,
actually trying to load.
Yeah, plus 3% critical hit chance apparently, and the penalty is weapon condition decay is 15% faster.
Right. Okay. So I was sort of going in the right direction, and then triggered discipline, which is I shoot more accurately, but I actually
shoot slower.
Which works really well with actually all the rest of my stuff. So my tag skills 1 is guns. Tag skill 2 is survival, and my third one is sneak. And it looks like the industry standard issue with all of the spreadsheets is that everyone seems to get the same sort of thing. I got Eddie as well.
Ah.
I must admit, I rolled my character about 20 times because I didn't want to go for Legion. So as soon as it landed on an NCR,
ignore it, won't do.
Yeah. No. I was trying to roll it with the one thing that I didn't want to have. So I ended up with the NCR. So looking at my stats and everything that goes on there, I came up with basically I've called my character Bart Stewart, right? But his nickname is Lucky, so he's Lucky Bar Stewart. Yeah. And
I like it.
I'm going to play him as a very surly, sort of, vengeful ex-NCR sniper who, after being shot in the head by the douchebag with the stupid hair and the dodgy dress sense, decides to go on a revenge-fueled mission. He's going to pick up one of his ex-sniper buddies, old Boone, and he, on the way, also finds Eddie and creates a bloody swathe through the wasteland with his sniper rifle. And also what I picked up today whilst I was playing on my lunchtime, the one, the only, that gun. So
very nice.
That's my sidearm. I managed to find it in a store as I was walking through to go find Boone. I went into the store downstairs in the dinosaur, and the first thing that I saw at the top of the screen was that gun. I was like, I've got over 1,300 caps. I'm buying it now. Which also means now that I'm also running purely on 5.56mm ammo, because that gun uses the same as my rifle at the moment, which is a varmint rifle that I've got at the moment. So
awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty much my build.
Ah, cool.
Anyone else got backstories?
Yeah, I did kind of come up with one for mine, just because obviously I'm apparently a bit of a very charismatic, beautiful, but idiot. So I've decided for mine, just because it's the first time I've not been able to sort of do my usual kind of just like go in and hit things, melee trait, but because I've just not got the strength at the moment to back it up. But I figure I've got this kind of charisma sort of thing. So I've decided that my backstory, so my character's called Iris, which I did try to explain when I did my Twitch thing, but it turned out the entire first few minutes didn't get there, so no one understood. But I called her Iris because I figured the character's supposed to be a courier. Iris is one of the Greek messenger gods, so I thought, or goddesses rather. So I thought, oh, that's quite cool. That would work. And but so that's her name. That's where that comes from. And I've decided that she.
I was going to say only Victor would have got that reference. I don't think anybody else would. He's the only one who's learned enough to would have been able to remember. Or no, I won't say that. But yeah, Victor's the only one I would have been able to remember.
It also works quite well as well, Laura, because your perception's 6, so it's a little bit high. So Iris.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
And does she have 2 eyes?
She does still.
There we go. That was going to be mine. Is that She has two eyes. So.
But I've decided that mine, I'd like to think that her background is she was from good old Vault 81, which you run across in 4. So I was sort of inspired by a bit. I think you meet someone in Fallout 4. She's just she's like a trader, but she says she was from 81 and kind of got a bit bored. So I thought my character, she was like that. She grew up in Vault 81, got a bit bored, didn't like the discipline, didn't like the fact that, everyone kind of has to work together and, do vaulty things. So when she was 18, she just left the vault and kind of sort of never really stopped. And she does what interests her rather than what's necessarily good or right. So she'll help people out if ultimately it makes her life easier or she finds it entertaining. But she won't stick around, a bit like Lassie. She won't sort of hang around anywhere, and she just wants to sort of keep on going. But however, now she's kind of determined to find out who shot her in the head. Stuff on the way, she'll do that too. So that's sort of her motivation at the moment, which is to have fun. And that's why she's quite charismatic. So she kind of talks her way out of most things, or talks her way into things as well, maybe.
It's kind of like an evil Rung Springer. Is that what it is?
Yeah, sort of something. Not so much evil. She's not evil. I think she's just so she'll help people, but more if it's kind of in the ultimate benefit of herself. So when you help the guys with the powder gangers, I sort of went into that, and I thought the reason she's doing that is because she just has this idea that maybe the powder gangers will just cause her a bit of mischief if she doesn't deal with them now, and she might as well get a load of other people to help her rather than take care of them by herself. She just wants her path through the wasteland to be a little bit easier, and so she's managed to persuade everyone to join in and help her out with this taking the powder gangers down quite early on. So that was a motivation behind that one. I think she's like, I could help them, but then I'd be in trouble elsewhere, and ultimately this town's pretty good, and I can maybe find somewhere to stay. Makes my life a bit easier, so I'll as the bigger inconvenience to me.
That's awesome. I love that. I love that coming out of Vault 81 is sort of like, youngster, basically a youngin, sort of like, that's it. I'm going out. I don't like your crappy rules and all this sort of stuff. It's just sort of, runs off and then just like, just ventures, picks a direction and carries on going.
Pretty much. That's the idea. So that's why she doesn't really stay anywhere. So I'm a bit sort of with the whole, they're asking me to become the sheriff of Prim or whatever. It's like, that's very not the kind of thing she wants to do at all. Because that's responsibility, which she doesn't like.
No, I added an extra sort of twist in my gameplay that when it comes to anyone talking to me anything less than amicable, I flip a coin that I have on my table at work, and if it's heads, I shoot them in the head. if it's tails, then I flip it one more
Shoot
time.
him in the leg?
Yeah. No, I'll flip it one more time. And if it lands heads again, then I'll shoot him in a random appendage that I feel like at the time. And then if it then lands tails again, then I'll just leave him alone.
Yeah.
So it sort of rolls along the same thing, that he's just a very surly asshole.
Nice.
Yeah, I like that. Did you get that? I can't remember his name. The bottle cap guy come up to you. Did you do anything to the bottle cap guy? All right, let's save it.
Yeah. So because I've sort of been like roaming around a little bit to try and boost up my stats and stuff like that whilst I've been going along, just so that when I get into the proper quests I can carry on. Yeah, the first thing I had was the woman that I think the bottle cap guy speaks to. Or is it? I think I might have missed the bottle cap guy anyway completely. I'm not sure, because there's a couple of QPO I killed already that had caps. But one woman came over to me and said that there was a guy hassling her about the bottle caps, and I I don't know, something in the way that she was speaking to me just didn't rub me up the right way. So as soon as I finished talking with her, she turned around to saunter away because I'd already saved her. I shot her in the back of the head. And then actually, no, the bottle cap guy did come up to me actually as well. Yeah, he told me about the bottle caps and how they were, you know, special treasure and stuff like that. And I had a couple of chats with him about it. And I think there was literally like a sentence within all of that conversation that didn't quite sit with me. So I shot him straight in the face as soon as I finished. So, yeah, I don't think my karma's particularly great. I'll have to have a look, but in general, yeah, he's a bit of a bastard.
Are you sure he left the NCR? He wasn't sort of like, you know, dragged through the streets and thrown out of his house.
No, you know, I like to think that he was, you know, stern but fair in the NCR, and that he decided to leave because he couldn't be asked to listen to people tell him what to do, and that the being shot in the head has really dampened his mood a little bit, and you know, he's decided at that point that, you know, I've been shot in the face once, you know, I might as well, you know, repay the favor to anyone that the fact that, you know, I might be, you know, not particularly nice, because, you know, you've been shot in the face once, you might as well return the favor.
Yeah, well, you survived. I'm sure other people would.
I think Iris's sort of view about being is that kind of, obviously she wants to find out who did it, but it's kind of made her life more interesting, and that's sort of what she is all about, just whatever is the next adventure, whatever's the next fun thing for her to do. So whilst it's obviously she's gonna shoot them in the head when she finds them, because that's what she's gonna do, but she's also secretly quite grateful because it's given her something to do rather than just, you know, try and earn a few caps by being a courier, which wasn't really her thing.
So nothing like being shot in the head to brighten your weekend by making it a little bit more interesting.
Yeah, she's a silver lining kind of gal. She's not bright, remember.
So I'm the dark cloud and you're the silver lining.
Yeah.
What's Colin then? Are you the rain?
Chewy, I'm the Chewy Center.
Oh, you're the Chewy.
See, my character, yeah, as I was saying, I got a strength of 9, and I've been using that to sort of like, you know, kill geckos. Yeah, kill geckos and coyotes and that sort of thing, but I can't really take a hit. I walked over I walked over a bear trap and lost like 3/4 of my health and got crippled just from one bear trap. So I will say, what platform are you used to playing on, if you don't mind me asking?
Xbox.
Yeah, same.
I am on PC, and I am playing. Yes, I am playing on PC, and I'm playing with mods. I have an overhaul mod, which is Project Nevada. Anybody who mods Fallout New Vegas probably already knows, so I don't have to go into it. It just overhauls a lot of things. Basically, the biggest change is that it makes adds a thing called bullet time, which is basically what VATS is in Fallout 4. So what VATS is in Fallout New Vegas, where it freezes time, it doesn't do that. It slows it down like it does in Fallout 4. But also you remain in control. So you don't hand control over to the pit boy and it takes the shots for you. You still take the shots, but you slow down time and it costs you action points. They slowly drain away as time is slowed down.
That's pretty cool.
Okay.
Yeah,
I like that.
So give me a second. And then there's like I'm playing on hardcore mode, which I really shouldn't have, because I was looking at my endurance of 1. I was like, endurance of 1, I'm gonna have no health. And then sort of like, I'm gonna play hardcore mode, so I play hardcore mode, and endurance governs survival. The survival is what you can cook.
Oh.
So I can't cook nothing. So I can't cook any food, so I literally have to go around and buy all my food, and I have no food in Good Springs. He nearly starved to death. So, yeah, sorry, character-wise, basically he's full-on memory loss. Got shot in the head, lost all his memories apart from the memory of being shot in the head. That's the only thing he remembers from before he was shot in the head, was during the act of getting shot in the head, and then waking up. So he has no idea who he was beforehand. So he's just approaching everything straight off the bat. So he's got no history whatsoever. So, and the way I'm treating him is that he's mercenary. He's like a heartless. Well, yeah, not heartless. A calculating mercenary. Whatever becomes his best interest, whatever gets him the most, that's what he's going to go for. So kind of like Laura's character, where she's, hopefully always going to end up at the better end of the deal, but have some fun along the way. He's more calculating of where he wants, he's counting the amount of caps he gets. And should I shoot that coyote? No, that's a waste of a bullet. I'll just walk up and hit it so I don't spend the bullet from the gun. I need to keep that in case somebody's going to try and kill me. So somebody else with a gun. So
you're very paranoid now.
Very, very paranoid. Yes.
Paranoid skinflint.
Yeah. So
quick like a tiger, but with no endurance and.
Yeah.
Yeah. A tiger who naps.
Is that residual? Is that residual damage from the old from the bullet to the brain kind of thing, that you just got your endurance is shot?
I put that photo up on Facebook if you want to go and have a look at the weed, the long streak of, well, not even long, he's actually quite short as well. He's unbelievably skinny. So
mine's yeah.
So he doesn't.
Mine's got just the normal female build. Mine's
I don't think there's anything else. Yeah, pretty much like whenever he's talking to somebody, whenever he can get a speech check or a barter check of where he can get more caps, where he complains that one of the guys is like, oh, you saying I done shoddy work, give me more caps, I should be worth more, and then obviously forcing them into giving them more caps. His barter is okay for some reason. Oh. I think it was all the I will get into the quest later on, but yeah, his barter is pretty okay. So is his speech and his science and his guns. He's got quite a lot that's above 25 because he's still only level 3. Yeah, I think he just hit level 3, so he hasn't left Goodsprings yet.
Nice. I'm just looking at the picture.
yeah, me too. I like the red baseball cap.
The cap's good. I like it.
Yeah, I usually go with a cowboy route, but he's going to be very clinical about this, and a baseball cap is a lot better. Sort of like it's better shaped, looks better, gives you perception. But he doesn't want to go the cowboy route. He wants to go with the like the proper guns, so not with the revolvers. Yeah.
All in at level 6 at the moment. And I have managed to, whilst I've been randomly killing people that I don't like, obviously I've accrued enough money to buy that gun. I haven't got a decent sniper rifle yet, because I don't think they really unlock until level 11 for a decent one, unless I find one off of another set of Legion assassins, because I've come across one bunch of them so far and I managed to dispatch them. So it was a hard fought battle, but I managed to take them out in the end.
Nice.
But they didn't. I was hoping that they were going to randomly have a sniper rifle, because I googled it, and apparently if the Legion guys randomly, if you get a Legion sniper assassin or something like that, I think it is, they'll randomly come on you, and you'll if you take them out, then you can get a sniper rifle fairly easy, and it's like generally in fairly good nick. But I haven't come across that yet.
Okay.
So yeah.
I'm only level 3, but I've sort of cleared the thing I've gone to Prim and done half the stuff that you're supposed to do there, but it was quite hard going, what with not being particularly anything of use aside from being able to get all good speech checks, which has been quite good. But the first thing I did, sort of in terms of my character's look, I suppose, was I got her out of the vault suit ASAP, because I figure that's the last thing she wants to be wearing, because she's her childhood and she doesn't want to. She wants to do that. So I grabbed like the first pair of sort of like escaped convict outfit I could get my hands on, and I've just been sort of trying to build up something reasonably protective at the moment. So it's all about protection for me right now, because I've just my health's a bit crap, so I need all the protection I can get.
Yeah, literally just before I finished off today, when I was on my lunch, before I went and before I got that gun, when I was walking towards, I can't remember the name of the place that has a dinosaur.
Novak.
Yeah. I was coming to it from, I'd sort of gone east, I think northeast, and had gone through the canyons and then come up by the power plant place. So I was taking my life in my hands because there were cazadors. So I've killed about 4 cazadors, and they were fairly tough because I've got my settings on hard. I haven't gone like survival, but I've gone hard. So some fairly prolonged fights. I was running out of ammunition, and as I was coming over to Novak, behind, I think it's on the southeast wall, behind where all of the apartments are, and before you get round to the gate, there was I could see 4 people, and I vaxed one of them to see who it was, just in case I was going to end up firing on someone that I shouldn't have. And it was a mercenary, and I was like, no, it's only a mercenary. So I basically opened fire, killed 2 of them, and when I went to go take out the 3rd one, it turns out that it was a named medic woman. I can't remember her name. I think it was I can't remember. It started with an A, but she was stood outside, and I lost karma for killing her. And one of the guards had a what's a really good armor that's going on at the moment in New Vegas? I haven't played it in so long. Combat armor. He had combat armor off of him, and I'm like, yep, rocking combat armor, a cowboy hat at the moment until I get my beret, and
the blood of the innocent.
Yes, and blood of the innocent in a small flask hung around my neck. But I've also got some legionnaires as well.
Awesome. Yeah, legionnaires. I love that.
Yep. So I've been collecting my legionnaires.
I was going to say, Laura, did you get the Game of the Year edition? Because you would have got some extra armors if you had all the I've forgotten the name of them now. All the DLCs.
I think I did. I bought a copy off eBay because I thought I'd had my own copy, but it turns out I did not. So I bought one off eBay. So I got the Ultimate Edition one, I think. So it should have all the DLC, but I haven't really explored it. I've just kind of, without really reading any of the stuff about it, because my only experience playing New Vegas prior to this was I think I was playing with Luke, my partner in podcasting crime. I think I played on his PC probably briefly, not for a lot. So my only sort of memory was it was like sort of, maybe a couple of hours or whatever of just playing around. So this is very much sort of quite new to me, and because it's been age since I've played 3 as well, so I can't remember. So it was like trying to remember like all the older controls, and I was like, oh, that is different here, and oh, everything looks a bit weird and sort of slightly different, and caps seem to be more plentiful. How's that happening? I'm enjoying it because I did love 3, so and I'm liking the fact that already from like a speech and charisma and sort of choices perspective, it seems to be a bit more that seems to be better than 4, because I thought 4 sometimes wasn't giving you all the opportunities to speech check everyone. So this is nice that like really early on you're getting to like do speech checks and having to think about what you're doing. So like even in the so I can't remember what any of the quests were to what I've done, but getting rid of the powder gangers or whatever, and you have to like go and persuade people to join you and stuff like that. And I liked that. That was fun. I really enjoyed that sort of aspect of it.
Yeah, me and Pat are huge fans. Our favorite one is Fallout New Vegas, and I know Pat because he's doing the Let's Play of New Vegas with Arthur. It's amazing. You should listen to it on anybody out there. And what we love about it is the dialogue options, and it's not all speech. It's what you have. It's who you are. Your entire special that gives you those options. You can have a barter check. You can like Arthur gets loads of idiot checks because his intelligence is 1. He gets checks of where he could say something so ridiculously stupid. I was on the train to work listening to Let's Play Fallout, and it was the Arthur episode where he went in to get implants, which that just reminded me I'm not going to be able to get any effing bloody implants with my endurance of 1. God damn you! But I was on the train. He went to Silk and he walks into the doctor, and Arthur gets the speech check, and he goes, "Do you sell plants here?" And the doctor's like, and I just started laughing out loud on the train on the way to work. Looked like a total mental case. But that's one of the reasons why I love Fallout New Vegas. And the only thing I'm worried about is that my perception's only 2, so I'm not going to be able to get a chance to see as many, because I think perception plays a part in how many you're able to see. So, like, you have to perceive.
Yeah, as I've been speaking to people as well, I've noticed, because obviously they put it in brackets, what has actually caused it to show up, and it does say perception on some of them. It comes up when you perceived something about them. And then you can notice it. So I have had that come up a couple of times.
I mean, that's why I think I was like slightly let down with Fallout 4, is that I can even remember. I mean, I've played through Fallout 3 like once and a half, I think, and or no, 3/4, and then a different 1.5 of a playthrough. And one of the best speech things was. There's a bunch of cannibals, and there's a guy who ended up being locked somewhere, and he ate somebody who he wasn't supposed to have done. He's in this place with these cannibals, and you go in there and you can either shoot your way in, or if you talk your way in, you can go in and speak to the people who he's living with, who turns out they're all cannibals as well. And you can say to them like, "Oh, can I talk to him?" And they can go, "Right." You can go in there and talk to him, but bear in mind that he's in a fragile state and all that. And your job is to either get him out or leave him there because he's safer there with people he is. But his sister wants him back at home. So he had all these dialogue options of stuff like, I think you should stay here, stay with your own. They can help you understand what happened, blah, blah, blah. Or you can say, your sister loved you, you made a mistake, but come back and everything's going to be all right. And then right at the bottom was, pack your shit, we're leaving. And it was just the way it introduced it, and of the type of character that I was exactly that. Was he just walks in, he's like, he doesn't care about how he's feeling or anything like that. It's that, I got caps coming, pack your shit, we're leaving. And you just say that, and then you just walk out the door. So it's had a long history of like great dialogue and sort of like, changing it all about so you can give your character some character. And I feel like they kind of lost that in Fallout 4. But New Vegas is where it's at.
It's weird. With Fallout 4, I feel that no matter what your role is, it always seems like you're average at everything. You can always get by. Whereas in the other ones, if you rolled a particularly crap roll in certain areas, you couldn't go through certain parts of it very well. You had to struggle or do a different route. Whereas, Fallout 4, you can just sort of bumble through no matter what.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's true. I mean, for me, I like also sort of story stuff. So I mean, that's why I guess I probably wasn't as annoyed as some people were with some of the stuff with for like sort of the average, the gameplay challenging things. I'm sort of story first and challenging gameplay second, I think. One of the things that annoyed me a little bit about Bioshock Infinite was it just got really combat heavy in parts. And yet it was such a wonderful storyline I felt was kind of ruined by just being stupidly combat heavy. So I like so for me it's nice to have 4 was nice in the sense that you could get by with stuff. I had minimal rage quittage, whereas some sort of other games, like I sort of you get a bit more angry. So like even playing this, like when I was in Prim clearing out the hotel, just because all my stuff was crap, I just kept like dying really early on, and so I did have a little mini rage quit. Then sort of went back and tried it again and just took it slower, changed my gameplay style. So that was nice to have to do that. But at the same time, I was like, yeah, but I just want to move on with the story. I want to find out what happens. I don't know who shot me in the head. So yeah, I think it's 4 kind of just had a different sort of style of gameplay, and it was almost like it was for a different sort of person. So maybe less for like your hardcore gamers and maybe more for people who are kind of coming to games now because of the sort of more cinematic storytelling elements. I think video games particularly are now really doing really well.
Yeah, no, that's a really great point. That's what I felt when I was playing Fallout 4, is that I was watching that guy. I wasn't playing that character. I was watching a movie. I wasn't playing the game. It wasn't me in the game. It was just some American guy that, stuff was happening to him, and I was just along for the ride. Whereas Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas definitely is it's either me or it's the character I create and put out there, and they become very individual, and they do lots of different things and in different ways, and they could do exactly the same thing, but you get a different result every single time.
So how did you guys get through the first quests then?
Yes, we should actually
let's talk about those. Yeah. That's what I'm here for.
Crap. Having too much fun.
Discuss the philosophy of the Fallout games another time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Welcome back to podcasting.
yeah, definitely. Okay, so first quest that we had, which there's not much you do. You're most of the time you're either lying down or sitting down. So the first quest is "Ain't That a Kick in the Head?" So after the intro, after we meet Mr. Matthew Perry, ladies and gentlemen, the guy who shot you in the face, ring-a-ding-ding, you then get "Ain't That a Kick in the Head?" which is basically the intro is you wake up and Doc Mitchell's looking at you in the face saying, you got shot in the head, and then you go through into your character creation, sort of like what your face looks like, what your name is. As I said, my name was The Courier. Did you guys say your names? Characters' names?
Yeah, that's how I went into the whole Greek mythology.
Iris. God.
Yeah. Yeah, and mine
you won't forget that she's a messenger goddess now.
Yeah, true. And my one was Lucky Bart Stewart.
Bart Stewart, that was it. Awesome. I'm shit. I'm sorry.
A descendant of the conservative peer Alan de Bastard.
Yes, Bastard. Yes. Oh dear. Maybe I should have taken over the NCR and put the Wiltshire flag up instead of the NCR one, which is actually a busted on a green and white background.
Right. My apologies about that. Right. Well, yes. So you go through character creation, what your face looks like, your sex, that sort of stuff, and then you venture over to the Vigormeister.
Yeah,
that thing.
Vigatron looks like a love tester.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think it's the. I can't remember the exact
name. I don't know.
Vitomatic or Vigor Tester. There we go. The Vigor Tester.
There you go. Yeah, you get there in the end.
and that lets you sort of like alter your skills. So they all have a 5, and they were all getting into the math, I think, on the other the last episode of what our total's up to. But you can put it up and down, as you can see, with my endurance going down to 1, but my strength being 9, so you can move them all about a bit. And then then you move over to the couch, and then it does these loads of tests. Did you guys have any idea what was going on? I just sort of like randomly press buttons.
I was just like, I was trying to think in what my character might say, but I sort of like the first one, I think I was like, oh, that looks a bit rude. And then the second one, they sort of like showed up, and that was one of the answers. And I was like, but I thought the last one was rude. I can't think they're all dirty. What's wrong with me? It's like I have a very warped mind, apparently.
Just you. We're used to it by now. When I finished doing the tests, he turned around and said to me, sometimes when you do tests like these, you learn some things. Sometimes you learn things that you don't want to know, and this was one of them. And I was like, all right, obviously somewhere along the line I have said something very wrong. But I was answering them, surlily, as I do.
Did you say the one that was like, when the thing is like mother, and then when he uses the phrase like mother, and then it's like shield. Like,
yeah.
Did you say that?
Yeah, I did. I used my mother as a human shield.
Yeah, I can't remember any of my answers. I'm sure somebody who's much better at this than I am has probably made loads of notes of everything that they put, but I have no idea. And I can't remember what it gave me in the end, because you get it alters whereabouts you are, what stats you've got, doesn't it? Of what you choose.
Yeah.
I think it suggests traits and stuff like that as well, doesn't it?
I'm not too sure.
Or is it just the skills?
I think skills. Like, was it barter? I think I remember like noticing that when I got to pick my is it traits or tag skills or whatever it was like barter was already kind of like really high, and picking it didn't make much difference because of, I guess, answering the questions. It kind of already worked out that I was gonna be good at negotiating. So I don't know whether that was how that affects it. Or...
Fair enough. I think mine.
I don't know.
My
clicking buttons, but
my gun skill was still pretty high at that point, anyway.
Yeah, I think. But after a couple, I think I went up level. I think I have bar at over 25, speech over 25, guns over 25, repair over 25. I had them all sort of like equal. I think all my answers ended up going to all different things that were nowhere near my tag skills.
Nice.
So I managed to get 6 that were around about the 20s instead of just 3 that were around about the 30s. So
nice.
I always managed to do a lot of speech checks. If you do have a look around after we go through this, some of the stuff in his house, because none of it is stealing. Did you rob him blind, or did you leave it all? And thanks, Doc, for patting me up. I won't rob your ass.
Oh, I didn't know that, but now I might.
I basically picked him clean and patted him on the back whilst toying with the idea of shoving my gun in his mouth and blowing his brains out.
He's just cured you. Come on.
He's a Cylon.
He is a Cylon, yeah. So he's only going to get reborn anyway.
Yeah, he can. That's not the way you're supposed to think. You think, oh, you might heal me again.
I took, I took the discretion as the better part of valor, and I decided that I would leave him alive at that point. So I just sort of like. I think that was before I decided to do the flipping of the coin on people. So yeah,
you're kind of like an anime tsundere. It's very endearing, despite your best efforts. to be able to treat somebody that badly and sort of like have to look at it and you go, be grateful, I just only robbed you.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
You won't make that mistake again.
Yeah, true.
I was slightly saddened by the fact that I couldn't pick up the SMG, but such is the way.
See, my character's just pleased that she's alive because it means she keeps to get on having fun and go on more adventures. So
Well, I got
death
a
would be
pistol that I used quite a lot for a while out of him, so I was good.
fair enough.
Yeah, I am.
I have to go steal a few things.
I got the SMG, the 9mm. You mean?
Yeah, well, there's a 9mm pistol and an SMG in there.
Yeah, and
I only picked up a 9mm pistol. I couldn't pick up the SMG.
Oh, if you have a high enough repair skill, you can fix it.
Yeah, but I'm dumb as well. You see, I have an intelligence of 3.
Yeah, I know. I just wanted to remind you because you're so dumb. I didn't know whether you knew or not. So
You're okay.
You can also go to the chemistry set as well. If you have enough science skill, you can use the chemistry set to make yourself some drugs or some extra stim packs.
Didn't know that either.
It's on this. It's in the room where you wake up, behind the bed.
Well, I'm still too dumb, so no.
I have to go back and steal some stuff, whatever is useful, not just for the sake of it.
Well, there's I think there's some stim packs, some anti-venom.
No, that's quite useful. I'm gonna steal it.
There's
loads of different things for making stuff as well. But
was there in your game? Because as I said, I only played New Vegas vanilla once, and I never used VATS apart from in the tutorial. I pressed VATS once just so it would get off the screen. Like, it has that prompt of press V, press V, press V.
Mm-hmm.
So press V, put VATS, then put it away and then never use it again. And then ever since then, I've just been playing modded versions of it. So some of the stuff that I've come across that have nothing to do with what you have. Was there an implant in his house?
No.
There's an implant in my one. It must be added by a mod. Wait, did you go to this? Did you guys go to the schoolhouse?
Yes.
Yes, yeah,
I killed everything in it.
Yes.
I did. Yep, that too. It was fun.
Mm-hmm. Because have you talked to? Did you talk to Easy Pete?
Yeah, when I tried to get his dynamite, but he wouldn't give it to me because I
What a
might
dick.
blow myself up.
What an absolute dick.
Dumb and apparently can't just throw it, which is what I suggested.
I was really itching to shoot him, but I knew that everyone would hate me afterwards. So
Yes.
I let him be.
He did annoy me because dynamite's fun.
Yeah. Who doesn't want to play with a sticker that goes boom?
Exactly. I mean, you just light it and throw it, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
That's it. He was being really tight, and I was like, "Why?" He's the only one who didn't join me. Everyone else got on board the Irish bandwagon.
Oh,
What's going on there? We're back.
yeah. Is everything? Yeah, it's all right now.
We're still here.
Yay!
You can't get rid of us. We're like cockroaches.
But everyone else, all on board the Irish bandwagon, not him.
Yeah, I sort of gave up. I got that last that helps you teaches you to shoot, even though I could already. I think that was it. I got her on board. I went to go talk to Easy Pete. He was being a dick, didn't give me any boomsticks. And I then went to the shop guy. He was a prat and wouldn't help at all. Because I've got really poor skills with charisma and everything like that. I literally cannot talk anyone into doing anything unless they are predetermined to just be gun-toting maniacs like myself.
awesome.
So it was literally one other person joined me, and that was about it.
Yeah.
Oh, I got the more bar Easy Pete.
Well, you're the talkative one.
I'm the talkative one. That was it. I had to, charm my way to pretty much everyone doing stuff. But not Easy Pete. He wasn't won over by my charisma.
Yeah, was it? You need perception, I think, for explosives, and
Yeah,
I think
explosives.
perception, and that's governed by perception. Yeah, I didn't get Easy Pete either. Did any of you guys get Victor,
Which one was Victor
Which one's
again?
Victor?
the robot?
Oh no, I didn't even bother asking him.
Did you not?
I think I did.
Yeah.
I don't think I had. Was he one you asked to go get? Because
No.
I think I probably didn't know I could.
Yeah.
I can't remember. Did I get Victor?
No, because
No.
he doesn't show up. The bastard. You
Doesn't show up.
Yeah, you talk to everybody and you say, "Oh, hey guys, this is so and so and so and so. Like, this shit's going down. Help each other out." And I went to everybody, and then also went over to Victor and say, "Hey, Victor, we got some, bad guys coming into town. Can you help us out?" And he was like, "Damn sure, partner. I'll be right there with you." And blah blah blah. And he's like, as he does, as he's wont to do. And then we had the entire showdown, and obviously there was no Victor. Bastard never showed up. You go back, you talk to everybody, you loot all the bodies, you sell all the crap. I went back, talked to Victor, and Victor's like, "Oh, but when's those wrestlers showing up?" "What do you mean? Didn't you hear the gunfire?" You bastard. And he goes,
Yeah, it was a really big battle.
So
"Yeah."
so let me get this straight. He hears one shot of you being shot in the head, but he cannot hear multiple gunshots right next to his check.
Yeah. But you do get a speech check if you have enough high enough science, and it turns out somebody just before the fight started turned him off, and you don't know who, but somebody turned him off right before the fight started,
Right.
and then turned him back on again after. Yeah, so I think it's you talk to Chet. And when you ask him about Victor, he says he looks like one of Mr. House's robots. So if Mr. House is looking after you, he goes, that's going to be a good thing because he basically runs New Vegas.
Oh yeah. I got told that. Someone said that, but I definitely didn't ask Victor for help.
So that's the kind of route I'm going with my character. Is that okay? So the robot dug me out. The robot said he'd help me out, and then somebody messed with his brain, and he's apparently owned by Mr. House because Chet's been to New Vegas, so he's seen all the robots. And so that's the route I'm going to go. Is that it sounds like Mr. House is my patron. He's trying to help me out, so I'm going to see if I can get in his good graces, because if he owns New Vegas, that means he has the most money. So if I go to him, gives me some of his money, then I'll have the second most money. And then I might get rid of him.
Sounds good. So
Nice.
mine's, I'm intrigued by him as well. When I got told that, I was like, okay, that sort of piqued Iris's interest a little bit because, again, money. She does like money. So, and also a bit of a mystery, bit of adventure. And why does that person know who she is? So, yeah.
Yeah, when I spoke
He's
to
looking
him,
after her.
yeah, when I spoke to him, I got annoyed with him because I don't obviously have very good speech checks. So I
You shot him in the head.
No. Well, to be honest, the first time, yes, I tried to shoot him down, and he train rolled me like twice. So I gave up, restarted my save, and then decided that I'd just leave him for the moment, and I'll probably shoot him later when I've got a better gun.
He's got a lot of friends. I just thought I'd better let you know. I know you usually have to use your fingers and take your shoes off when you need to count really high, but he's got a lot of friends.
Yeah, I can vaguely remember.
I was going to say, getting on to our second question, we touched on it earlier on, but it's Back in the Saddle. And Back in the Saddle was with Good Springs, and it's given by Sunny Smiles. And basically, it's the tutorial, and she teaches you how to shoot, and she gives you a gun, and some bullets. So, that's wife material, if you ask me. Woman who gives you a gun and some bullets, I'm gonna marry her.
Yeah, fair enough. I can understand that. I was very happy with that because she gave me my varmint rifle, which meant that was sort of my first proper rifle at that point. So with a bit of luck, I should have some semblance of luck sometime soon and get myself a decent sniper rifle. But I did manage to loot a carbine off of someone recently, so I might put that to good use instead.
Oh, carbine's nasty.
Nice.
Yeah.
Mm.
I thought obviously I think this is your standard tutorial quest, which like is not what Iris wants to do. But I liked the character. I thought she was, she seemed quite perky, quite upbeat. Bit of a home girl. Too much of a home girl, I think, for Iris. Iris likes people who are a bit more adventurous, but she seemed nice and kind of interesting, and I think she piqued Iris's interest. So Iris just went along with it just to see if she could find out a little bit more about her.
Yeah, they could have done more with Sunny Smiles. There's a lot of mods out there that change Sunny Smiles, and a lot of mods that change her into a follower. I have not downloaded any of them, but because I don't think they're going to do well enough with the dialogue, because she's hasn't got a lot.
No, she hasn't.
But no, everybody really likes Sunny, and she's a great introduction. And she, some of the stuff she says gives her some real character, and I kind of like that. Also, was it the bottles on top of the fence? They don't show up until you come out. And then as you're walking past, look at the fence, they're not there. You talk to her, you turn around, they're there.
Who puts them there? Seriously.
It's like, I'm pretty sure Easy Pete sneaks up behind you, and as you're talking to her, he just balances them all off and then runs around the other side.
You mean you don't believe in the bottle fairy?
Not since I quit drinking.
Fair enough.
I don't know, Easy Pete though. Just fuck that guy.
Yeah.
That's my view of him.
He'll give you empty bottles, but he won't give you dynamite.
Yeah.
Seriously.
I've got a charisma of 8. How can you not like me?
Yeah.
It's like, my character's a young, attractive female. She's a redhead. That's always a good thing. And
no, it's not. No. Bad. Bad side. Red means stop.
Red means danger.
Yes.
Exactly. I thought I'd go for a bit of fire redhead. Normally I sort of go for the white hair, or sort of looking more like myself. But I thought, you know what? I'm going to go redhead.
No, I went for a very bedraggled look, full-on beard, and sort of greyish, sort of mottled hair that's quite sort of scraggly. I'm going for the unkempt, surly bastard look.
Yeah, I think my hairstyle was called I don't know, not bedhead or something, something really stupid, but it just looks exactly like my hair is every single day. So I was a little bit insulted by that, because it's like, I do with my hair what I can. It takes a lot of product to even get it looking vaguely normal. So I was a bit like, oh, so I'll just have her hair then, in sort of defiance.
Yeah.
Mine's a redhead, but
Yeah, my character is pre-built into, I think it's from one of the mods that I've installed, so I can just pre-select it. And I didn't spend any time. Yeah, it was already pre-built, so I just clicked on that one and then sort of went with it. So,
no, I think it got to. I don't know. I sort of looked at it and thought to myself, what would he be? And I just came to the conclusion he's sort of like a survivalist, sort of surly bastard. So I just went for something a little bit more sort of scraggly, whereas usually I'd go for a more clean-cut look.
That's what I went with. I like it.
Nice. Yeah, I gave mine a tan. I normally keep mine really pale, because especially if they're sort of coming from a vault, I figure, where's the sun? But this one, I thought she's been walking. She's been in some sun, so I figure she's going to have a bit of a tan, which as a redhead probably not healthy. So she's definitely on her way to a melanoma. But we'll see how she goes.
Better make sure you keep the Rad-X and the Radaway handy.
Yeah,
definitely. She's got to keep herself up.
Yeah, she'll start glowing.
And all in the wrong way,
yeah. So, sorry, we keep on having too much fun and getting sidetracked.
Yep.
What was I going to say? So we talk to Sunny Smiles, and she teaches us that if we get down and crouch, we have better shots, so more controlled. and we can do more damage that way. And then we run off to kill some geckos to clear them out, and she gives us some more ammo.
Mm.
And once we get to kill a couple of geckos, she teaches us, as I said, to sneak up, and that's where you can either use VATS or bullet time, as I did. And then you have the option to carry on and do more with her as well. Did you guys do the second part as well?
To go to the well, is that one? Go to the well? Was
Yeah.
that-
Yeah,
was that the
I
second
did
part?
that.
Yeah.
For the extra XP more than anything else.
Mhm.
Thought I might get some money.
Yeah, she said. I think she says that actually, doesn't she? She says
Yes.
worth some caps to me, so she shares them with you. And then when we get to the next well, we have a little bit of a situation.
Yeah. That person didn't make it.
Oh no!
Yeah, mine never did either.
Yeah, I was it. I think she's only died once in my playthrough. I always sprint there. I think it was the first. Actually, must have been my first one to know that she wasn't there. But now I always sprint there and try and get there
Yes.
in time to try and save her.
Yeah, I did not get there in time. I probably should have, like, shot her in the head or something, because the first dying that horrible way, but too late. There's nothing could be done but loot her body.
Yeah. Valuable resource and all that jazz.
Yeah,
I don't think she had much on her really of use, like, but take what you can get.
Yeah, I did get to her in time because I used foreknowledge and sprinted there and stuff like got ahead of it. Oh, that was another thing that's added by the mods I got. I have sprint. Suck it, loser.
Oh yeah, you got to spread. I keep on pressing the button and I crouch.
Yeah, I'm doing that too, because I've been doing 4 for so long. I'm like, why won't she run? Why is she not running? Why are at this moderate jog?
Yeah.
Mm.
So out for a leisurely stroll with the dogs. So yeah, I sprinted. I got there in time, saved her, and she gives you was it 3 bottles of water, and was it you get some Good Springs fame, so helps you out. And then that leads us into our next quest that makes all just sunny smiles, all nice and happy. And she gives you some more bullets, I think, and then tells you that she can help you out by learning how to cook or something like that.
Yep.
Yeah. You make the powder or healing powder or something like that.
Yeah. Xanderroot and Brock flour.
Yeah,
You run around looking for some plants.
Yeah, by a campfire on the trail. And yeah, we make some healing powder. So she lets you know that there's some Brock flour up at the... I've forgotten the name of it.
I think it's just like the
Graveyard.
cemetery.
Yeah. So, and there's some Xanderroot over by the schoolhouse. So you venture over to the schoolhouse and you go inside. Is that when you guys went inside?
Nope.
I went in before,
wait.
I think. Just, I don't know how, just did.
There's a building. I'm going inside it.
Yeah, probably.
No,
Trying with bug things.
I only went in recently, so it was probably level 5. I went in there. Just completely trounced the place, just walked in and just one-shotted everything.
Oh, they're you don't even have to shoot them. You can just walk on them, stamp on them.
Really? Didn't know that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you just you
Learn
don't have
something
to
new.
slash. You just walk right.
The more
across.
you know.
Yeah, they're literally what they look like. They're little tiny bugs. You just stamp on them.
Fair enough.
Also say, did you get the safe open?
Yes.
No, I don't think mine's got the yeah, I don't think I lack the skill.
I used the magazine that was right by the side of the computer.
I think I did the computer, and the only reason I didn't unlock the password is because I sort of clicked one early. I was scrolling across to the word that I knew it was, and then accidentally just early clicked. I was like, no. And when I kind of stormed out of the huts, to be honest, at that point, so I was like, I'm leaving.
You obviously couldn't talk the computer into working your way.
I couldn't. And I remember my person's not smart, so.
Yeah, I done the same as Marcus there. I managed to get as I said, I think my lockpick is like 7, so yeah, definitely had to use the computer to be able to get in there.
Yeah.
I think that's going to lock me out of quite a few things, that bloody lockpick.
Yeah, me too.
Not looking forward to that. But in there, I found a book, and it's a book that teaches doctors how to do cybernetic surgery. Did you guys get that?
No, because that's not in there.
Okay,
So
that's
definitely something that's not in standard.
Yeah, it's definitely a mod.
Mm.
Because I can give it to Doc. I've forgotten his name. Doc Cylon. And I can give him that book, and that teaches him how to do cybernetic surgery, so he can perform cybernetic surgery in his rundown shack, which is probably not a good idea.
Probably not.
Yeah. But anyway, moving on, we get to so we grab there, and then we go up to from the schoolhouse. We head up to the bone orchard, as Victor called it. And we meet our first few enemies up there. Yeah. So how did you deal with those guys?
Not too bad. I was a little bit rusty with the New Vegas controls at that point, so I was still fumbling around trying to do stuff, aiming down the iron sights and stuff like that. I was trying to do, but I wasn't doing very well, so I ended up just using my VATS. So with the varmint rifle, I can get 2 shots off per round of VATS. So I was being a muppet and trying to do the varmint rifle from range until I realized it was probably best to just use my 9mm pistol, run right into the middle, and then use, I think it's like 5 shots I can get, 5 or 6 shots off with my 9mm. And 9mm close range, 5 or 6 shots in VATS, 1 shot per enemy, pretty much at that point. Because with my built to destroy and with all my extra bits and pieces now that I've got, it's sort of very easy for me to just go into VATS, just 1-shot things. I try and do stuff from distance manually, and then as soon as it comes to close quarter combat, I'll drop to the VATS and pop people in random appendages. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me when it comes to that.
Yeah, no, I just headed up there with what's the thing? I got the broadsword machete, because strength at 9. So, and they don't move too fast. So I zoomed from one side to the other side, and once they lunge at you, hack, and just dropped them all down.
Yeah.
I can't really remember much about my encounter up there. Other than killed thing, got what I needed, left.
Yeah, when you get up there, there's a little gift on the graves. Did you manage to find the little gift on one of the graves? Did you go grave robbing? Is the question I'm asking.
No.
I think I grabbed something, but I can't remember what it was.
If you go up there, there's a nice little present up there. It's a snow globe.
Yes, I did get that. Yes,
actually,
I did find the snow globe. Yes.
It so happened that one of the enemies that I shot landed right next to it. So I saw in the slow-mo of it dropping that it dropped right next to a snow globe. I was like, oh yeah, I remember that now.
Very theatric.
I think it just, I think it glinted or looked a bit out of place. So I found it, and that was pretty cool. So yeah, I did pick up the snow globe.
Yeah, as it said in the little box that comes up on the screen, is that somebody out there collects them, so they might be worth a lot of money.
Hanging on to. Nice.
So hang on to that, yeah. And did you guys manage to click on any of the other little graves that are around there?
No, I sort of pretty much finished that off and went straight back.
Yeah, because if you click on the grave, it says you can't dig it up because you need a shovel. So my guy went, let's go go find a shovel. So he looked all over Goodsprings, literally everywhere, trying to find a shovel. Couldn't find one, and he was like, "God damn it!" So he went into chat and had to buy one for 22 caps.
Oof.
And then he waited until night. I went up and went a grave robbing, and sort of like dug up all the graves, robbed everybody, all the dead bodies in the graves. And there was like, about 4 or 5 rounds in each one. There's no like super duper. It wasn't a bazooka or like a fat man or anything like that, but just little tiny rounds in that. But later on, when I was walking past the well again, bloody shovel sitting right there, leaning against the well where all the dead geckos were.
No.
22 caps. That's 22 caps. Shy he is now. He's going to have to go back and sort of like, try and charm Chet out of more of his caps.
Mm.
And,
Oh dear. What was after that then?
After that, we head back to Sunny, and then we get on the old campfire and do a bit of cooking, and she lets us know that because we could probably get into it, but probably just you'll figure it out eventually. But you've got different stations you can go to, so you can go to a campfire, and that can help you cook food. I've got a few more recipes in my game than you guys, but that's pretty much essentially what it is. You cook steak, gecko steak or coyote steak or kebabs, and I think it only really applies in hardcore mode of where you need to eat. I think it probably restores health or something like that in normal mode.
It restores health and gives you like extra resources. I know that I've got survival as one of my tag skills, and it's to me, I think that one's just sort of like a bit pointless at the moment because I'm only playing on hard. So
yeah, because with what I've got, I can make stuff like Hydra. I can make like tactical harnesses, and I can make special mods for weapons and stuff like that. That's at the workbench, and I got like some extra recipes, like extra poisons, and I can combine. I was at chems, so I can put rocket and Psycho and that together, like you can in
Psycho Jet.
Yeah, so like you can in Fallout 4, I can do that in Fallout New Vegas. I don't know whether you can normally.
Not sure.
In not Fallout New Vegas, but yeah, you can do all those. And then you get to the workbench and you can make stuff in the normal game, like mines, remote mines, bottle cap mines.
Yeah,
your favorite. And then you've also got a new thing, which is probably new to others, is the reloading bench, whereas you disassemble, take apart bullets for all the components. So you can, like, if you have sort of like 500 9mm rounds and you only use 10mm rounds, you can break those down and use the lead and the gunpowder to make yourself more 10mm rounds. So it's the only problem is that the way they've done it is really annoying, because you go in there, you do one thing, and then it kicks you out of it, and then you have to go back in and then back in again, which is pretty annoying. But I like it. It's interesting.
Yeah. Cool. So what was the next one after that then? Or is that the end of the...
That's the end of the signed quests, yes.
Yes. Yeah, so, I don't think I did too bad in that. I think after that, I just went hunting random enemies just to try and level up more than anything else. So I know I've got my first level in, I can't remember what it is. I basically get extra critical damage against animals and stuff like that.
Yeah,
because I've got a certain amount of, I've killed a certain amount of animals or something like that.
Yeah, I've got the one I'm going to go with, because I'm going to go with a kind of an intelligence playthrough, is the perk. I've only got one perk so far, but it's the one where you earn more XP. I think it's like 10% more XP. Quick learner, I think it's called.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have enough to be able to get that, I think, at the moment.
Yeah. And then there's another one after that, which is comprehension. I think it is the one I'm going to go for on the next perk, which is books give you an extra point. So if you read a big fat book, it gives you 2. I get 3 if I read a book into one of my things. And magazines give you double what they usually do. So instead of just an extra 10, they give you 20.
20%. Wow, that's pretty powerful.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so
That's useful. A useful perk.
yeah, so that'll help me with my lockpick. So I can read
Yay.
Locksmith Reader, and even with my lowly 7, I can still get into an easy lock. Wow, that doesn't sound very helpful at all, does it?
Because it's 25, I think, isn't it? The
Yeah.
lowest thing for easy locks. So yeah, you can get into an easy lock instead of a very easy lock.
Yeah. Awesome.
Thumbs up
Nice.
to you.
Yeah. 'Cause, sorry, go ahead.
I can't remember what ones I've picked so far. I've got the one where you get an extra to add an extra point in special, which I think I whacked in intelligence because I was just like, I can't be a 3. I was like, I have to be smarter than this.
What, you had to be smarter than me?
Well, yeah, helps. But so you're the dumb and strong, whereas I'm just talkative, and it kind of helps to be smart when you've got to talk a lot.
I suppose. Yeah, true.
Yeah, I can't remember what other stuff I've what the other one. I got another one. I think I sort of bumped up my lock picking, so I can now get easy locks. That was the first thing. So yeah, now easy locks are no problem for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, I'm gonna have to pay a bit more attention, I think, when I pick things in future, because that is one of my problems with sort of like a lot of stuff. I just I don't tend to overly think like builds and stuff. So I think now I'm gonna have to be a bit more.
But that's just you can't. There's nowhere you can. I don't think you can look for the perk. There isn't a perk chart anywhere.
No.
So
No,
you can't.
You can go
There
into your Pip-Boy and there is a perks page.
Yeah, but it only tells the ones that you have. It doesn't tell.
Yeah.
Let you know what's coming up. So the
you
only
can't aim for
time-
anything.
Yeah, the only time you know what's coming, what you have the choice of, is when you're actually in the screen. And I love that. It's sort of like, right now, tell me what you want.
Yeah.
No, you can't go back to the game. You can't save. You can't think about it. You can't sort of like back.
Pick now.
Yeah, pick now, or forever hold your peace. And you've got to do it right then. So, and then you go, oh shit! If I had to go back and put an extra point into that, I could have got that perk. And because I always scan down the further down the list of what I could have had if I had like a little bit
what you could have
more.
won.
Yeah, so,
Speedboat.
it's bullseye. So yeah, I love that about that game, is that literally right now you have to pick a perk, and it has to be only one of these, and if you don't like it, you can't save it. So
Use it or lose it.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I thought that was interesting, because that did sort of just like, I don't know what to have. Oh, that one gives me this. I'll take that. Just give me some. I'll have it.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, maybe this isn't the most helpful thing going.
Yeah.
I should have gone for this, but maybe I'll get the hang of it as I go through the game. Who knows? But I'm a terrible gamer, so I probably won't.
We'll see how it all goes.
Yeah, I think intelligence is pretty good, because the more intelligence you have, the more experience points. So
Keep rubbing it
means
in. Rubbing it in. That we're dumb.
Damn it.
Well, I'm intelligent, so I can rub it in. You just haven't had to do it yet. Maybe a few more intense trainings and you'll get there.
Maybe.
Does anybody have anything else? Anything that anybody wants to, like, in their notes or anything like that? That they wanted to sort of like, or something cool that they thought that happened in the game they wanted to bring up?
I think I'm pretty much dry of anything at the moment. I think what I'll do is next time I will note down what perks I've actually got. Anything I haven't really done at the moment.
Yeah, I think I'll make a few notes of what I've actually collected kind of along the way, because I'm terrible at sort of inventory type stuff. I just sort of have what I have, and I tend to get stuck with stuff. If I quite like a weapon, I'll just keep it forever and forget to do anything else. And so I might have to try and work a bit more on being a bit more varied, and certainly try and pick something that suits my limited skill set.
Yeah.
So we will see how that goes. Yes, my minimal intelligence, but I'm pretty and can talk, so that's all good. Yeah, exactly. That's all you need, right, to get by in the wasteland. A pretty face.
Yeah, well, there ain't many of them there, so yeah, I think it's probably quite an oddity.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And the bullet doesn't seem to have done too much damage to that because the doc fixes it.
Yeah, it's Cylon technology. That's how he done it.
Yeah.
You're a Cylon. You're a clone.
I think when you get given the mirror or whatever it is that you look at, and then you put your face together, and then like the first thing he says, "Oh, so I didn't do too badly." And you're like, "I look completely different to how it started off. You're a terrible doctor."
Yeah.
I looked like a man for some unknown reason.
Yeah, it's like you really got me wrong. It's like...
You ever looked at your bad side?
Yeah, so we're fun. So yeah, I will try to actually note down sort of more of my stats and what I'm doing, and also try and remember quest titles, because that's one thing I'm really terrible at. I would just be like, it's the quest when you go into the room and you shoot the guy, which probably is half the quests. So I'm going to have to try and, particularly for the sake of all the roundtable listeners out there, because otherwise they'll get very fed up of me being like, the doings, they did that. And yeah.
What's it? Who's it in the place with the thing?
It's with the thing, and with the shooty thing.
Yeah, the guy with the face. The guy with the face. Yeah. I know the guy.
And the name. He had the name. So I will make a few more notes because we cannot let the Red Coat Collective down.
Yes, yeah, the Blighty show. All I do is take screenshots. So all I do is, or I take photos with my phone, and then I just sit here and then just scan through it with my phone and pretend like I know what I'm talking.
I'll say record more of my Twitch streams, and I can just rewatch them and be like, "Oh yeah, that's what I said."
There you go.
Yeah, I've done that. Yeah. So like rewatched old ones that you've done, and then sort of like, right, that's what I did. Right, I'll have to remember to talk about that.
Yeah, except you have to listen. I have to listen to myself talk, which is not. Yeah, it was slightly embarrassing. Like, I sound like an idiot.
Don't worry, you get used to it. I. Right. If there's nothing else, we'll say,
no, I think that's it.
So hopefully that'll satisfy our masters on the other side of the pond.
Yeah, send us back our tea. You always tea.
Yeah,
his tea. He definitely owes us tea.
Yeah,
and also, this is just let me point this out, Andrew. I got your challenge in the last thing. Yeah, Westfall Radio, we're coming for you. So just get that out of the way. Get it out of the system.
That's it.
Yeah. So he glove slapped me.
Yeah. End the show on a threat. That's
yep. That's coming to you, Andrew.
Well, thank you guys for listening, and thank Marcus and Laura for joining me today. And it's been great being able to share my love of Fallout New Vegas.
Thank you for dragging me into it.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, by the beard, I dragged him. I says, "Hey, let's go and do our round table New Vegas feedback together." I wasn't planning on playing. Well, you are now. You have to play because I need somebody to talk about Fallout New Vegas with.
Yeah.
So thank you, Marcus, and again, thank you, Laura, from Westfall Radio fame for joining us here.
So I did not need much persuading. I was like, yeah, sure.
Twisted her rubber arm. And, yep. Thank you for listening to Nigel, ladies and gentlemen. And
yay, Nigel.
Nigel. We don't know whether this is going to be at the end of the normal episode or just in the feedback episode, or it might not be anywhere and we're just talking to ourselves. But we had fun, and we hope that you did too.
And I've picked up some tips, which is good to be a better player. So I've learned something today. It's the important thing.
But that makes one of us.
Yep.
At least some of us is going to have, like, play well.
Okay, got to get the intelligence up.
Yep.
Later, guys.
Bye.
Yeah, see you later. Take care out there.
Yep.
Thank you for downloading this episode of the Fallout Feed Roundtable. If you are interested in doing a play-along character with us, the show can be contacted by emailing falloutroundtable@gmail.com. For the roundtable schedule, our Amazon link, and all other show information, please head on over to asapodcasting.com, where you will find the Fallout Feed, a Skyrimatic podcast, our YouTube channel, the Chatterbox, as well as other content. Once again, thank you for downloading, and we'll see you in the wasteland.
Drivers! Start your engines! Engines!
Calling all fans of Mario Kart to assemble for our newest ASA podcasting project called ASA Pod Karting. Grab your Switch and hit us up at asapodkarting@gmail.com for more information.
Welcome to Mario Kart!
Following total atomic annihilation, it may fall to you to save the great nation. That's why Voltech has made extra preparation and are proud to present to you a special education.
Would you like a very spiffy, brand new ASA podcasting t-shirt? Well, that's great because we have two brand new designs, one for a Skyrim addict and one for the Fallout feed over at etsy.com/shop/ASA podcasting.
Supplies are sparse, so on seeing something sweet, be sure to scan your staff. The stronger you